Picture this: a scrappy chipmaker that used to play second fiddle to the big green giant, you-know-who, suddenly blasts into the $400 billion club, hits a fresh 52-week high, and sends traders from bored to breathless in a single Friday. That's AMD this week. The stock had a big Friday, is almost equal to plus 7.6%. It's made strong gains over the past 5 days, and since Wednesday's low it's bounced even harder. Those moves are real, and the market news backs them up. Market headlines note a Friday surge that pushed AMD's market cap above the $400 billion mark and produced intraday jumps in the 7-8% range. What actually happened this week? The facts fast. Short version: AMD set a new multi-month/52-week high and closed in the neighborhood of a greater than $400 billion market cap. Traders cheered after a wave of AI-related headlines, the biggest being a multi-gigawatt chip supply partnership with OpenAI and a large deployment/order from Oracle for AMD's upcoming MI450 GPUs. Those developments are what powered the rally. And yes, Friday's roughly plus 7.6% pop was widely reported. Why those particular headlines matter will be the spine of this video. AI demand equals orders for thousands of GPUs equals huge potential revenue plus a serious investor re-rating of AMD's role in data center compute. Flashback: January 2024. Are we repeating the same movie? January 2024 was a manic chapter for AMD. Big multiple expansion, lots of froth, then a meaningful pullback. That pattern, fast upside then a sharp reset, is how speculative, growth-heavy stocks often behave when sentiment outruns fundamentals. But, and this is the important caveat, the market structure today is different in measurable ways. The OpenAI and Oracle items aren't just speculative rumor fuel. They're explicit, large-scale commercial commitments, more on each below, that create a visible revenue runway for AMD's data center GPUs starting in 2026. In other words, last time the excitement was more belief. This time the excitement is belief plus letters of intent and launch partners. That doesn't immunize AMD from corrections. Markets still get nervous about supply, competition, margins, and execution, but it does change the risk profile from wishful thinking to risk around execution and volume. By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, like the video, it means much to me. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. The OpenAI deal, why it moves the needle. The OpenAI announcement is huge for two concrete reasons: scale. The agreement covers multiple gigawatts. Headlines cite 6 gigawatts total, with an initial 1 gigawatt deployment of MI450 chips in H2 2026. Gigawatts of GPUs translates to hundreds of thousands of accelerator cards and tens of billions in potential revenue over several years if executed at scale. That's not a note stuck on a napkin, it's a capacity and order roadmap. Strategic optionality. Some reports say OpenAI was given a way to take warrants/options potentially amounting to a material equity stake if certain delivery/price milestones are met. That creates a strong alignment, and headline fireworks when priced. Imagine OpenAI as a streaming service deciding to build a data center the size of multiple stadiums. They need both the seats, GPUs, and the stage, racks, CPUs, networking. AMD says, "We'll supply the seats and some stage design." And that promise alone causes theatrical applause in the markets. Because if OpenAI fills those stadiums for years, AMD gets a box office cut. Oracle's MI450 order. Why enterprise demand matters. Oracle isn't just a cloud vendor pushing buttons, it's signing to be a launch partner for AMD's Helios rack design using MI450 GPUs and next-gen EPYC CPUs. Oracle publicly announced it will deploy tens of thousands of MI450 GPUs. Coverage reports mention an initial order of 50,000 chips deployed starting H2 2026. That's concrete enterprise demand for rack-scale AI infrastructure outside the usual hyperscaler club. Why that's important? Big cloud and enterprise orders mean diversity in customers, not only one or two hyperscalers, better pricing leverage, and the ability to amortize R&D and manufacturing investments over more units. If OpenAI is building the biggest theme park, Oracle is opening a chain of high-traffic malls. AMD supplying both parks and malls is a very different business than selling a handful of boutique rides. Valuation, PE, the median you quoted, and why numbers look funny. AMD's PE is near 50 and the median roughly 32.78, and that it looks pretty high. Valuation reporting can be a swamp because different sites use different PE definitions. Trailing PE, TTM, uses the last 12 months of earnings. Forward PE uses analyst estimates for the next 12 months. Diluted versus GAAP EPS adjustments change the denominator. And sometimes sites show a 5-year median or sector median rather than the company's median. Why it feels high? When investors expect revenues and earnings to grow rapidly, AI chips, new data center CPU cycles, large multi-year deals, they tolerate higher multiples because those future earnings are worth more today. That's classic growth stock behavior. Exuberance taxes the multiple when expectations outrun the scoreboard. Does history repeat? The risk of a 2024-style tumble. Short answer, it can. Longer answer, the market's memory is a mixture of facts and fear. January 2024 showed how quickly optimism can get priced into multiples, and how quickly those multiples can unwind if the growth narrative falters or if the broader macro backdrop turns. The current difference is the presence of explicit supply agreements and launch partners, which reduces pure belief risk, but doesn't remove execution risk, manufacturing supply yields, software stack, competitive reactions from NVIDIA and others, and margin pressures. Risk checklist to watch. These are the market's potholes. Can AMD deliver MI450 volumes and yields on schedule? Will gross margins on AI GPUs approach modeled expectations? Does NVIDIA respond with new architectures or pricing to protect share? Is the macro environment, rates, GPU capex cadence stable? If any of those show cracks, the market can, and historically does, reprice growth stocks violently. So yes, repeating the January 2024 pattern is possible. Probability shifts depending on execution. Site, analyst coverage and news after the deals showing both optimism and caution. Note this as well. And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise. For if ye love them which love you, what thank have ye? For sinners also love those that love them. And if ye do good to them which do good to you, what thank have ye? For sinners also do even the same. And if ye lend to them of whom ye hope to receive, what thank have ye? For sinners also lend to sinners, to receive as much again. But love ye your enemies, and do good, and lend, hoping for nothing again, and your reward shall be great, and ye shall be the children of the highest, for he is kind unto the unthankful and to the evil. Be ye therefore merciful, as your Father also is merciful. Judge not, and ye shall not be judged, condemn not, and ye shall not be condemned, forgive, and ye shall be forgiven. Luke 6:31-37. If we fully obey the Lord, the Creator of heaven and earth, and carefully follow all His commandments, He has promised to set us high above all the nations of the earth. Deuteronomy 28. We shall be blessed when we come in and when we go out. I appeal to you to accept God and let Him be your guide, for He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8. Want more information? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: I stayed until the end. Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage me to continue bringing to you insightful content. Do not miss out on our future videos full of insight. All I am asking is your subscription. Thanks for joining us today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's blessings and care. Faith and prayer will do what no power on earth can accomplish. See you in the next video by God's mercy.